Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Customs Duty, brought to you by the Nigeria Customs Service. In our package this week, Nigeria Customs Service Board approves appointment of new management members, special promotions at its 64th regular meeting. Nigeria Customs Service sensitizes stakeholders on one-stop shop initiative. We'll also bring to you other reports. I am Tosi Obiakeme. To stay with us.
With merit and commitment to fairness as key considerations, the Nigeria Customs Service Board at its 64th regular meeting, held on Tuesday, 25th November 2025, has approved the appointment of new management members of the Nigeria Customs Service and special promotions. The board, headed by the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has confirmed the appointment of 5 Deputy Comptroller Generals of Customs, DCGs, and 8 Assistant Comptroller Generals of Customs, ACGs, in line with statutory provisions and the federal character policy of the federal government as contained in Section 14(4) of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023. Those elevated to the rank of Deputy Comptroller General include Baba Imam, Northeast, Isa Umar, Northwest, Tijani Abe, Northwest, Timi Bomodi, South-South, and Oluyomi Adibakin, Southwest. Their appointments follow the retirement of some senior officers and are expected to strengthen strategic leadership across formations. The board has also approved the appointment of CG Obona, Southeast, I Abba Aji, Northeast, GM Haruna, South-South, EJ Edeldok, South-South, G Gaura, Northwest, I Isiaku, Northwest, MS Shoaibu, North Central, and MD Mala, Northeast, as Assistant Comptroller Generals. Their elevation reflects the board's continued commitment to enhancing policy execution, compliance management, and operational efficiency. In the same vein, the board has also approved special promotions for 10 officers who have demonstrated exceptional professionalism, leadership, and outstanding service performance. Those promoted are AC Fanyam as Comptroller of Customs, GM Sidali as Comptroller of Customs, S. Omofoma as Deputy Comptroller of Customs, O.A. Oladepo as Deputy Comptroller of Customs, A.Y. Musa as Deputy Comptroller of Customs. Others are A. Oboru as Deputy Comptroller of Customs, A.A. Mewada as Deputy Comptroller of Customs, C.N. Essien as Assistant Comptroller of Customs, H. Aliu as Assistant Comptroller of Customs, and A.S. Shufadeka as Deputy Superintendent of Customs. The special promotion category the board discloses is a recognition reserved for officers whose works have significantly improved operations in their respective commands or units and have contributed meaningfully to national revenue and security. The board also notes that the appointments and promotions are part of ongoing efforts to strengthen leadership succession, enhance morale, and ensure that the service remains responsive to emerging trade, security, and administrative challenges. Following the appointments and promotions, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adini, MFR, assisted, has decorated those elevated with their new ranks. The Customs Duty crew brings to the fore responses from some of the appointed management members.
So whatever capacity that I have to function as Deputy Comptroller General of Customs, I'll be ready, and I pledge my alliance to add much value to the service.
My commitment is total. It's 100%. It is my passion. My passion is to see that I contribute positively to the development and the service of the service and the nation in general. So this is like an impetus. It's something that will now cajole me more, propel me more, to offer more, to be more and more and more committed. There's no limitation to my commitment.
The appointments and promotions, it is believed, will further position the Nigeria Customs Service for better service delivery to the nation. A delegation from the Gambian Revenue Authority visits the headquarters of the Nigeria Customs Service. The delegation is well received, with open arms in another demonstration of the service's commitment to collaboration, which forms part of the Comptroller General's policy thrust.
Nigeria Customs Service, we are here to share our experiences with you. We are equally eager to learn from the Gambians' perspective, and our doors are open. Officers are eager to engage, and as we continue to deepen this partnership, we'll continue to work together to break barriers and build trade bridges that would help the African continent to be able to trade seamlessly.
Deputy Comptroller General Niagwan uses the medium to point out the aim of the recently concluded Maiden Sea Pact, which was no doubt a success.
The vision or the goal of the conference was to see how customs administrations across Africa can work together to make the trade environment seamless across the continent as we embark on the AFCFTA fully. The Authorized Economic Operator Program is central to this vision, building trust with compliant traders, strengthening security, as well as creating a conducive environment for our businesses to thrive. The environment has to be predictable, and customs administrations have to work together to achieve this.
The aim of the visit is shared with the customs duty crew by head of the Gambia's delegation.
As sister partners, Gambia Revenue Authority and the Nigeria Customs Service, we have been in partnership for a long time. Our relationship is very cordial. We have been receiving Nigerian training school officers to the Gambia Revenue Authority, and for Gambia, we also feel necessary to come here and make our benchmark and study on Nigeria's best experience. Based on our interaction with Nigerians at different level, we found that we have a lot of things to learn from them. And as part of trade facilitation, which is an international obligation, not only on the side of Gambia Revenue Authority or Nigeria Customs Service, but as part of ECOWAS, AFCFTA, WCO, WTO, we are all obliged to implement trade facilitation measures. So as sister countries, if Nigeria is ahead, we feel necessary to come and learn from their best experience and share with them what we also have.
He speaks about Gambia's commitment to AFCFTA.
Customs of the Gambia is ready to implement any measures that has to do with seamless trade across the globe. Because Gambia, we are faced with a lot of challenges when it comes to the cross-border trade. So with this initiative that is taken by Nigeria Customs Administration, will help Gambia, I think will even help Gambia more than that of Nigeria. Because once that is possible across the region, definitely the challenges we have with border crossing and stuff like that will be a thing of the past.
The Gambian delegation has since engaged in technical sessions and tours with Nigeria's AEO and trade facilitation teams, visiting selected operational units to review implementation processes. Both WC Framework of Standards and Trade Facilitation Agreement of AFCFTA provide for customs-to-customs cooperation, commitments to which this visit demonstrates. Nigerian Institute of International Affairs NIIA Trade and Investment Forum holds at the Bashir Adeni Center for International Trade and Investment, BACIT, Lagos. It is another moment when the Nigeria Customs Service and the Institute reaffirmed their joint commitment to accelerating key trade reforms aimed at positioning Nigeria to achieve its ambition of becoming $1 trillion economy by 2030. Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, is represented at the Investment Forum by Assistant Comptroller General Babatunde Olomu. He summarizes what trade facilitation encompasses.
The concept of trade facilitation rests essentially on 4 pillars: transparency, simplification, harmonization, standardization, which we'll refer to in the Customs Palace as the revised Arusha Declaration. And it's about removing encumbrances to free trade.
As he speaks with the customs duty crew, ACG Olomu outlines what needs to be done to address challenges to Nigeria's strengthened access to global markets.
Some of the areas include reforms ensuring that the infrastructure around the port area as well as side the corridors of the port addressed the areas of digitalization and also ensuring seamless clearance within the ports, which the BODOGO had been able to address significantly.
He enumerates veritable means through which the Nigeria Customs Service facilitates trade.
One of them is the area of advanced ruling, which during the presentation we mentioned that Article 3 of the WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement makes it mandatory for Customs Administration to provide advanced ruling to traders that are desirous of this before the arrival of cargo. So this is like a judgment, and this will ensure that, one, you save time, you save costs, you don't pay necessary demurrage, and this cargo is being examined at your premises. Also, the area of authorized economic operator was also discussed, and as I mentioned in the presentation, this was given legal teeth by specifically the Nigerian Customs Service Act as it relates to sections 108, 109, 111, and 112. And specifically section 108 subsection 1 domesticated the authorized economic operator after satisfying the criteria which are listed in under section 111.
Also speaking with the Customs Duty crew, the Director General of the NIIA, Professor Ogosha Osagi, emphasizes the key take-home from the forum.
Nigeria is on the right path, that what we have done is cumulatively going to strengthen our capacity to attract direct foreign investment, but that in attracting direct foreign investment, we must also think of our productive base. What is key is that our economy is able to grow. We want to be a $1 trillion economy by 2030. You were told that our growth rates at the present time don't seem to suggest that we can meet that target. So there's a challenge there. We have to accelerate our economic growth and development, and we have to grow our capacities. We cannot rely only on foreign direct investment.
Professor Idaosa also acknowledges that while the government continues to tackle insecurity, persistent challenges such as high insurance premiums for businesses operating in high-risk zones require comprehensive solutions. The Nigeria Customs Service sustains its collaborative posture as it continues to carry its stakeholders along in its move to enhance service delivery to the nation. On this occasion, the service brings together stakeholders and senior customs officers to a Papa Command for a sensitization program on the One Stop Shop initiative, tagged OSS.
Nigerian Customs Service, in collaboration with WCO, has decided to roll out this OSS so as to facilitate and to bring efficiency and effectiveness into cargo delivery. This tool, which we are about to roll out, the objective is for us to work together so as to facilitate your trade. But there is one thing, for us to facilitate your trade, the credibility of your declaration must be high. The standard of declaration must be high.
The session, which has area controllers in Zone A in attendance, features a technical presentation by the OSS project manager and technical supervisor, Assistant Comptroller Olawole Oniganjo, where he provides further insights into the operational framework of the system. Stakeholders also have the opportunity to make inputs in form of questions and suggestions.
If we must move forward with what we are saying, let it be something that is going to be visible, because it's good when we speak grammar, but when it comes to practice, it's not always easy. So I suggest if it must be one stop shop, it must be one system. Every other person must be inside that system. Anyone that comes with any report outside that system will not be covered. That is the only way we can actually respect people.
We are looking at 48 hours now, which is a laudable innovation from the customs. once we are innovating, we are supposed to look at the gray areas, the areas where we're having problem, and try to mitigate those areas so that those areas will not be incorporated again into the new system.
With the presentation and other deliberations at the session completed, Customs Area Controller, Apapa Command, Comptroller Emmanuel Oshoba, assures.
The discussions and feedback we have had over the course of this workshop have been enlightening, informative, and will undoubtedly help shape the successful implementation of the One-Stop Shop initiative. Input and suggestions and questions will be carefully considered on their merits for incorporation into the implementation plan. I want to assure you that our Federal Command is committed to ensuring the success of the One-Stop Shop initiative. We recognize the immense benefits it will bring to officers and our stakeholders alike, and we are committed to providing the necessary support and resources to ensure its smooth implementation.
He admonishes.
As we move forward, I would like to emphasize the importance of collaboration and consolidation. We will continue to engage with stakeholders, providing updates and seeking feedback to ensure that the One-Stop Shop initiative meets and exceeds our expectations.
This sensitization program is only one of the many avenues through which the Nigeria Customs Service reaffirms its commitment to trade facilitation through collaboration and stakeholders' engagement. The Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, Olohundare Moshood Jimo, and members of his entourage visit Lagos Free Trade Zone Area Command on what can be rightly termed as a significant courtesy visit.
I've come to visit you, as your colleague, and as equally your partner and brother, and to assure you maximum cooperation between the Lagos State Police Command and the Nigerian Customs Service in your domain here.
Thank you, sir.
We will strengthen the relationship to ensure that life and property is protected.
Thank you, sir.
And equally of that of the custom officers and their family. We have come to pay you courtesy visit to let you know that we are where you are here and to further strengthen the bond of relationship between us. So where there are any other area that you want us to still improve upon, we equally do so.
CP Jimo stresses thus.
We need to join hands together to ensure that we remove the bad eggs from the two organizations. People in uniform will one time or the other do something that we feel is not according to the process. But we should join hands to ensure that we stamp it out and ensure that the focus, the agenda of the CG is implemented and is successful. And on side, the agenda of the Inspector General of Police too is implemented and become much more successful.
In her response, Customs Area Controller, Lagos Free Trade Zone Area Command, Comptroller Hawa Abubakar, testifies to existing fruitful relationship with the police.
Nigerian Customs Service and Police, we've been together, I would say even before we know what is customs. We are proud to be each other's brother. All we just have to say is to thank you. Your DPOs, they are doing well. They are representing the force very well. We've been in synergy and collaboration with them. We don't have any problem.
Meanwhile, Comptroller Abubakar has also received members of House of Representatives Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations during an on-site assessment visit to the command. The chairman of the committee, Honorable David Zacharias, gives his verdict on the command's level of transparency, efficiency, and adherence to safety standards.
The Nigeria Customs has proved themselves that all the accusations before them, they are free from it. They are not the one that is caused by all those accusations. So we have heard from them, they are constrained, there are challenges, and it needs to work with other agencies. So we have gathered all these information and we are taking it back to the House of Assembly.
The visit has provided an opportunity for lawmakers to engage directly with free zone operators and assess the existing safety systems within the Lekki corridor. as it sustains its commitment to efficiency and transparency. Among other meaningful measures, the Murtala Muhammed Area Command has continued to record successes in its general aspects of operation. Comptroller Michael Awe discloses the command's exploits in revenue generation between January and November 2025.
Murtala Muhammed Area Command generated a total of 179 billion, 910 million, 971,102 naira and 81 kobo from custom duties and related charges. The revenue generated shows a significant improvement over 164 billion, 819 million, 895,457 naira that was generated in the corresponding period in 2024. This reflects an outstanding 9.16% increase, amounting to 15 billion, 91 million, 75,645 naira, 81 kobo growth. I'm pleased to announce that the command has achieved 100.1% of its annual revenue target.
In the aspect of suppression of smuggling, Comptroller Awe reveals that the command has intercepted items with over 7 billion naira duty paid value, among which are 75 packs of pangolin scales, 1 pack of elephant tusk, 3 packs of Colorado cat leaf, Canadian cannabis sativa, tramadol, and pregabalin tablets, and unregistered pharmaceuticals. Others are two-way radio communication devices, a semi-automatic paintball marker gun, 523 pieces of signed Dutch Bank and AIB bank checks, and Nigeria Immigration Service uniform materials. Comptroller Michael Awe maintains that his command does not pay lip service to stakeholders' engagement.
Throughout the period under review, we sustained an open communication and mutual cooperation with all stakeholders and sisters agencies. These engagements enabled us to resolve challenges amicably, harmonize procedure, and deepen institutional trust. Together, we created a more conducive environment for legitimate trade while maintaining strict and consistent enforcement against all forms of violations.
Meanwhile, after serving the nation diligently, Comptroller Awe goes on retirement and hands over the command to Comptroller Godwin Otunla, as he now takes charge of the Murtala Muhammed Area Command.
This is where we draw the curtains on this week's episode of Customs Duty. For more information, you can always follow us on our social media handles, now being displayed on your screen. You could also visit our website at www.customs.gov.ng for more updates about the service. Strive to be a patriotic citizen, a compliant trader, avoid smuggling, and always pay the correct duty to make Nigeria a more prosperous nation. Join us again same time next week. I am Tosin Obiakeme. Thank you for watching.